68-team tournament has been set. There have been some surprises. The biggest surprise, 57 of them weren't from the Big East, my friend. This is Tim Gardner, USA Today expert. I'm Reid Cherner. This is Racket. We're going to talk about those who got hosed, a couple upsets we like, and a Final Four. Tim, let's just go quickly with those who got hosed.
You know, there is a list of a couple. I mean, as we talked about the bubble throughout, though, every team had good marks and bad marks on their resume. And teams like Colorado, teams like Alabama, you could even say Harvard. Harvard lost barely to Princeton, but they had a resume similar to some of the others on the bubble. And last but not least, Virginia Tech and your man Seth Greenberg. Once again, they beat a #1 team, then they lose 2 in a row. Then you think they win 2 in a row and they get back in. And unfortunately, it wasn't enough for the selection committee.
He is my man, Seth Greenberg, and they got a voodoo doll somewhere sticking pins in his eye. Well, he's gone. How about some upsets? Some people will be gone the first week.
You know, I really like Belmont. They're playing a Wisconsin team that seems to be reeling a little bit. They got blown out by Ohio State to end the season. Then they go and lose to Penn State in the Big Ten tournament. I like Belmont not only to beat Wisconsin, but also to get past Kansas State in the second round and reach the Sweet 16. You look around, I don't think there's a lot of big ones like that, like a 13. I do like Penn State to beat Temple. I like Washington as a 7 seed to go to the Sweet 16 in the East Division. And also, I got a 12. You got to pick a 12. I've got Richmond taking down Vanderbilt in the Southwest.
Upsets are the appetizers, but the main meal is the Final Four. Let's go main meal.
In the East, I got to go with Ohio State. Obviously, the overall #1 seed, they've been playing better than anybody, especially if they're hitting their 3-pointers. No one's going to be able to beat them. In the West, I'm going with San Diego State. I like Duke, but I think the experience level that San Diego State has across its starting 5 is going to pay dividends here in the tournament. On the other side, I've got Kansas out of the Southwest with Pitt in the Southeast. 3 #1 seeds and a #2.
Interestingly enough, one of the teams I picked as a Final Four was Notre Dame. For the same reason, they probably got more experience than anybody in the nation because they got a couple of 5th-year guys, 6-year guys, 8-year guys.
Who you got in yours? Notre Dame and who else?
Well, we've got Notre Dame, Ohio State, Pitt, and Duke.
Sticking with the Dukies.
Right, but surprisingly for me, as a guy who's been anti-Big East, I picked 2 of them.
Of course.
To go to the Final Four. That's the way it always works. However, I do reserve the right to change my mind because all this week, Tim and I in Racket will be breaking down each regional.
Can't wait.
Cannot wait. We'll see you there.